Okay, greetings, my beautiful patriots, starseeds and light workers, and of course our brave military. Welcome to 1776 United. We're in a worldwide and galactic revolution. Now, I'm going to go down the rabbit hole here. I think this is something that has to be talked about because we have to be made aware of what's going on and what has been going on for thousands of years. Now, this is for entertainment purposes only and completely all sapphire. So, I've been getting a lot of negative energy in the comment section about, we've been waiting for this for years. I can't see this going on. I don't know what you're talking about, all this other stuff. So, I just want to make one thing clear for all the ones that just cannot connect. We have been in a reptilian enslavement for over 6,000 years. 6,000 years. They have infiltrated every level of our society using other humans, traders, as tax collectors and people with, and they've MK altered people and mind controlled people, which is very, very clear. I mean, with the recent shootings going on with, a 23-year-old kid pulling out a gun and shooting other kids and stuff like that. This is all reptilian mind control over human people. And we have to understand that they've been, these human hybrids that they have controlled and, mind control have been stealing our money and stealing our children for the reptiles. Okay? And it's very plain to see that we have a very violent species on this planet because it's still going on. I mean, yes, we are the powers that are out there, the military, obviously the military and people of authority that are a God's bloodline are fighting this authoritarian reptile and have been doing it for at least the last let's go back to the last 60, 70, 80 years we've been on the offense. So people are screaming, I can't see anything, I don't know what's going on. You've been talking about all this money thing coming and the Sarah Jacera happening and these redemption centers going to open up, and we've been hearing this for 10 years. Well, there's a lot been going on, okay? A lot has been going on. If you would have your eyes open and see what's going on, you can see lots of changes are being done, are being accomplished. We're winning many, many wars around the world. We're getting help from our galactic brothers and sisters out there by clearing out thousands and thousands of miles of dumps, cleaning all them out. We're saving millions and millions. It's a joint operation with Putin, Xi Jinping, and Trump. With their militaries, cleaning out all the dumps and saving millions of children. We're taking it all back. Now, for the people out there, if you cannot see this, then you're just not energetically connected. And I don't expect anything different to come from you folks out there. I mean, you cannot see what's going on there. So I don't, and you cannot see the fact is that, there are thousands and thousands of people out there that cannot see the fact is that we have been in a slave planet, a prison planet for our lifetimes and our fathers' lifetimes and our fathers and fathers before that. Generations and generations have been in this slave mentality. So I'm not surprised that you cannot, you cannot see that you're in a slave environment. So I don't expect anything different coming out of you saying that you cannot see NESARA GESARA, or you cannot see, the redemption centers and all the money being taken back, and the Fed getting closed down and all this. I mean, this podcast maybe is not for you. Maybe it's not your time to wake up. I get it, but it's, you can listen, but we don't need to hear your negative comments. And as I said before, when you push out negative comments, the power that you have is that negative that you mention from your mind is connected to your nervous system, and what as what it says in the Bible, what you reap and what you sow, you will reap. And that goes by the thought process. If you're not positive and you do not fill your heart with love and positivity, then it's not going to happen for you. That's really that simple. There's going to be so many things that are going to be exposed. It's going to be absolutely mind-blowing. I'm going to get into all this stuff here very, very soon. I might even, and I've been wanting to do the med beds thing, but I'm still having a very, very hard time getting the actual facts on exactly, exactly what the med beds and what programs they have and stuff like that going into it. But just rest assured, the people that are interested in this med bed program that's coming worldwide, that lots of positive things are happening in there, in that area. So the healing, I'm not worried about it at all. I know that it's going to happen. It's going to happen very, very soon. When the curtains do come down, and for our final, ending of the movie, the implementation of the EBS will happen. And once the NESARA has been announced, there's going to be so many wild things that are positive, but really over the top stuff. It's beyond biblical. There's going to be a lot of stuff that is being exposed that a lot of people cannot handle. Now, I'm here as a bit of a coach, on a reality coach, to see, because just so my followers know that I have been gifted. I believe that I'm an old soul. I've done this before. I've done this many, many times before, and God has wakened me up and says, this is exactly what's happened. It is really so, for me, blatantly obvious on what is going on. I am, very, very thrilled at the results that are unfolding in humanity's favor. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people, that cannot see. The fact is that humanity has been in a slave environment. Now, these reptiles are reptilian hybrids. They've been, they have a bad bloodline. Anybody that is following, the bad guy, the EVIL, right, is obviously has a bad bloodline. And maybe they were human at one time, but their body was taken over. It was body snatchers are very, very real, like mermaids are very, very real. And there's a lot of things that that we see and have witnessed through the storybooks and the old fairy tales and stuff like this, that has that's very, very real. They're trying to get that information out to you. They're trying to tell you in these stories that, because it's universal law, they have to tell you before they act on that. So there's a lot of things, and I'm going to get into that, maybe in my next video here, and I'll try to get that out tonight, because I guess tonight's the perfect night for it. I'm just want to get this stuff out so it's people can know and understand that there is so much good that's coming, and for the people that do not see or have a negative approach to this, we're not mad at you. We understand, that you are not in that frequency to see what's going on, and your support, I guess, or your beliefs, your belief system isn't tuned in, and we get it. We understand. You cannot believe and see the NESARA and the huge money transfer being done, and all the worldwide currencies, coming even. This is why this trade war was going on with all the tariffs that Trump put out, is because now they're all capitulating. I heard Canada just, give up all its tariff wars, and they completely submitted to the United States as what they should be doing. They're all coming into an even playing field, which is going to be 1-to-1. Therefore, that's why, the U.S. dollar is going to crash to nothing, and Trump is going to replace that with the gold-backed currency, as well as all the other currencies are going to be gold-backed, and they're all going to be posted 1-to-1, valued based on the minerals and the assets they have in the ground. And this is the direction that we're going. I can see this, and I know, my patriot and followers and light workers and freedom fighters out there, there's a lot of people that have strong intuition. You're old souls as well. You understand what's going on. You see what's going on. But there's, and when this, there's going to be 3 solar flashes that happen. Each solar flash is going to be stronger than the last, and it's going to basically eliminate or terminate or evaporate all the demonic bloodlines that are here, because they will not be able to live and operate inside our new Earth's frequency. We are inviting this new frequency, this new order, to come in to crystalline our bodies and our chakras. And like I said before, the elite have had their pineal glands decalcified. They've had it cleared out. So they had communication on all levels, knowing what was going on. It's, and their chakras were also well taken care of, but they did that for themselves, but not for humanity. So humanity's about to get the same good treatment in their great awakening, in their pineal glands and their crystalline that's coming. That's going to wake up the planet. It's going to be and I will get into that in my next video. Okay, it's right now. It's so there's just so much going on, and I don't want to go off the charts. I don't want to go off the scales too much, and but I do want to get into this part of the video, because this next video is something that we should really talk about and I know that my patriots will be able to resonate with me on this about exactly what's happening, because I am, we are all dabbling with a, and that the bloodlines that are out there on both sides deal with numerology and all these other connections that are happening in the world, and everything's intertwined, and it's kind of like a big, huge spider web. And this is the chess match, and the intelligence on both sides are up there. I think the God's bloodline has a far superior intelligent level than the demonics do, but because the demonics have to keep going on their old playbook, on their own, on the old playbook that they've been practicing on for 6,000 years. They cannot move off that. And, the White Hats have found a way, a better way in order to counteract all that. Anyways, my time is up, and we will see you on the next one.